Take one. Hi, what's up? Hello. Well, I'm back with another video, and today is a fun one. Well, all are fun, but I think this is fun because this video is my bullet journal essentials, especially for beginners. Because even though, as I said this in my last video, I am just starting out, I want to show people who are just beginning that you don't need all the fancy stuff, you just need a few basics, and then you are set to create as much stuff as you want in your bullet journal. Obviously, the first thing you need is a bullet journal. This is my Linoam A5 dotted journal. I think the dotted pages are a lot more helpful than just doing a blank notebook because it allows, words are hard right now. Wow. It's easier to create lines when you have the dots there already, so it's a nice guide. And even though I do a lot of things in pencil before I use my fine liners or pens, I like having the dots there just as a guide. I really like this notebook so far. I think that there is very minimal ghosting. I haven't had any bleed through yet except with a Stablo highlighter, but I think that was my fault because I went over it too many times. But other than that, I have not had any bleed through or very, very minimal ghosting. And you could also see that there was very minimal ghosting in my last video where I swatched my markers.
Alright, so my first essential that I'm going to be using and showing is a pencil because I make a lot of mistakes. So I do things in pencils before I go over with a fine liner or whatnot. So what I'm using here is a Papermate 0.7 lead pencil, and I really enjoy these pencils. I use them in school, I use them for bullet journaling. Being truthful, you don't need anything special. Any pencil will do. Use a Ticonderoga number 2 if you would like, whatever makes it easiest for you. The next essential is my Pentel sign pen, and I am currently using black. And this is my absolute favorite brush pen at the moment to use for my hand lettering. I'm still not a pro at this, I'm still learning new things, and I don't do every stroke perfectly, but this is what I found to be easiest, especially as a beginner. Next, I'm using a Prismacolor fine liner in 03. I like this one for doing bolder letterings. I also use 01 a lot for finer details. Now, because I make quite a few mistakes, I need a good eraser to get the job done. And the one I've been really liking is the Pentel High Polymer Eraser, and it does a really good job of getting the pencil from underneath the marker or fine liner I just laid down. This is the Helix half ruler. I've really been enjoying using this so far, but I also use a full ruler as well. Now we are on to the fine liners, and the ones I've been using recently are the Prismacolor fine liners in 01 and 03. As I said earlier, I use 01 the most, especially when doing calendars and smaller details, and then when I want a bolder line, I will go ahead and use my 03. Because this is my favorite, I just have to show it again. So this is the Pentel sign pen in black, and as I said before, this is my favorite, and I used it up above when I wrote essentials for, and I just wanted to show what it looked like again because it is definitely one of my essentials, and I think it's a really good starter point for beginners. I hope this camera angle is better for you guys. I realized halfway through that the other one may not be as good. So now I am using my favorite gel pen, which is the Bic Gelocity, and I enjoy using this when I'm writing in my dailies in my bullet journal. Now we are moving on to markers, and this is currently my favorite, and it is the Zebra Mild Liner, and it is dual-ended, so it has a chisel tip and a finer tip to do accents, and this is just, I love this so much right now. We are finally going to add some color to this page by using a Crayola Super Tip, and I personally number mine, and this happens to be number 26, and it is a lovely shade of blue. I am a newbie when it comes to doing hand lettering with a Crayola Super Tip, so that's why it took me so long to do this. One thing I do have to say about these is that it's a little bit harder to do hand lettering with a Crayola Super Tip because it has a fatter tip and getting those thinner upline strokes are a little bit difficult. The next thing I am showing is the Tombow dual-ended pens, markers, whatever you want to call them. These aren't really an essential, but I think they add something really special to my bullet journal. And yes, they can be expensive, but I really enjoy the way they write. I really like that these are dual-ended because it allows us to shade and just do a little bit of shadowing like I am doing here with the finer side rather than just always using the brush side for shading and shadowing. Here I am taking a black Tombow marker in N25 to demonstrate how the Uniball white pen works, and I really enjoy this pen, and it wasn't something I thought I would have enjoyed as much as I do now for detail work and highlighting and whatever you want to use it for.
Alright guys, that about does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. These are just my essential pieces when I first started bullet journaling. I took inspiration from other people, and that's another big thing to have as a beginner, is to seek out that inspiration from others, because when you first start, it's like, whoa, there's a lot of things I could do, but to help narrow your focus, you look for those things and then you get an idea of what you actually want to do. So that's a lot of what I did in the beginning. I did a lot of research of knowing what pens I wanted to use, what markers I wanted to use. Now that I've actually been into the bullet journaling world for about a month now, I feel like I have a grasp on what I know I like, and the materials that I have, I know I do like. Again, the Tombow pens are not really an essential. They are just something that I personally like using, and I think they add something special to my spreads. Again, you don't need them. They are on the pricier side. That's why I only buy the ones that I think I'm going to need for that monthly spread. And the pastels were just something I knew I could get a lot of use of, so that's why I purchased that set. But other than that, I purchased the ones individually, and those two were just my favorites that I feel like I get a lot of use out of. And the Crayola Super Tips are another great way to do. They have so many colors, and they are a lot cheaper than the Tombow pens. Alright, well, that was all of my essentials for beginning a bullet journal. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I believe I came up with a video schedule, and I'm going to be doing videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And not sure what time the videos will go up on Wednesday and Sundays, probably in the evening, but be on the lookout for that. You know, there's a little red button down there. You can hit that to subscribe to my channel to see the future content that I put out. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys later. Bye.